What's up, guys and girls? I wanted to talk a little bit about time under tension. I did some time under tension training my last video and my first video. So I kind of wanted to explain about that and break it down a little bit from what I know. Where I got it from The Daily Pump. The Daily Pump is a workout plan created by Julian Smith, and it's $6 a month or like $60 a year. And he comes up with all these workouts that he does too himself. And you pay for them, and they only last 24 hours. So if you really like one, screenshot it, and you can use it again. But because they go away after that, and it comes up with a new workout and other stuff like that. But the reason I started it, because for one, I wanted to try something different. I normally come up with my workout plans like I have recently. I quit doing it because there's some other muscle groups that I wanted to train more often, especially in the off season. I'm kind of bulking right now. But it helped me with my form and like slowing down the weight and stuff like that. So if you're somebody that don't know if your form's good or not, this is really going to be a test for you. But if you do subscribe on that channel or on his page or whatnot, he kind of breaks it down and shows you how to do stuff. And I don't know the guy personally. I just talk about, from experience, and I really like how I liked it. I promote it because I really liked it. But it impacted my training from making me slow down, especially on my rest periods. So normally you want like 30 to 45 seconds or a minute to 2 minutes, just depending on what you're training for. If you're doing high rep stuff, then maybe 30 to 45 seconds. If you're doing heavyweight, low rep stuff, then maybe a minute to 2 minutes. Just depends on how you set it up. But time under tension, you really have to kind of slow your rest periods down. It slows how fast you're moving the weight. You probably hear that from other bodybuilders if you're watching YouTube, and they're like, control the negatives, or pause for a second, but they really don't break it down and explain what they're doing and where they got that from. And obviously he didn't create time under tension, but he's one of the guys that I followed, and I found it. If you look online, I'm sure there's all kinds of stuff at time under tension. But like I said, it helped me with my form and to slow down my rest periods and not rush through it so quickly. And it also helps with mind to muscle connection. So if you're somebody that don't really have a good mind to muscle connection with certain muscle groups, like for me, like my hamstrings, it's not really a big mind to muscle connection. But like my chest, I got a pretty good mind to muscle connection. My biceps or my triceps, stuff like that. And that's kind of how it impacted my workouts. And how I set it up, I normally do like a push-pull leg type split. And I train every muscle group twice. So say my first push day, I don't add a whole lot of time under tension. It's normally like one workout is time under tension for each muscle group, because it'd be like chest, shoulders, and triceps. So that's how I do it, and I do more of my heavier type stuff that day or that workout. And then the second go around, I would add probably like 2 workouts, and probably higher rep stuff, like 3 sets of 15 or 3 sets of 12, just depending on how I'm feeling. Or some might even be 2 sets of 20, to get the blood flow in that muscle. I like to do 2 sets of 20, like before chest, I'll do the fly machine and do 2 sets of 20, getting the blood in there, and also to help me warm up to do a little bit lighter weight, so I don't go in there, like creaking, hurting a little bit. I don't want to tear nothing, because in this sport or whatever, we're not here to tear stuff and hurt stuff. We want to keep going as long as we can until we're old, without injury. So that's important. So that's, again, with time under tension, it helps with injury. Like if you're somebody that is afraid of injury but want to still build muscle, time under tension is a great way to build muscle but not have to go so heavy. I know when I was a little bit younger, a couple years back, I was dipping into some heavy weight, like 300 on bench. Nothing crazy. I wasn't 400 or 500 pounds, especially not being on no gear or nothing. Not saying you have to be to do it, but I just, that really was a big deal for me. And after a while, my wrist started hurting, getting like tendonitis in the wrist, especially with my job also. So it could have been from incorrect form, and And with time and retention stuff and following this workout plan, it really showed me how to work on my form and to slow the weight. You're not going to really tear nothing going the kind of weight you're doing in time and retention. Because you have to go kind of light with time and retention stuff. Who should do time under tension? Who should apply it to the workout? Really anybody. If, you know, like I said before, if you're somebody that, you know, is afraid to get hurt or whatnot, which I'm not afraid to get hurt, but I don't like lifting heavy all the time. You know, I'm getting older, and I mean, I know I'm not that old, but I feel things more than I did before. And now, you know, you don't want to pay for it when you're older, and it really helps to build muscle, like I said before, without lifted super heavy. If you're somebody that isn't interested in time and retention stuff, I'd give it a look up on the internet. You know, I'm not saying you have to go and follow the Daily Pump and pay this money. I'm not telling you to do that, because I don't know the guy personally, but it's something that I did and something that I enjoyed. Reason I wanted to talk about it and kind of break it down is because a lot of times you see these bodybuilders, or, you know, someone's lifted weights and they're talking about controlling the weight, and nobody ever explains it. You don't ever see somebody talking about it. You hear all this other stuff, or, you know, hypertrophy and all this stuff, but what about time and retention? You know, nobody ever talks about it, and that's kind of why I wanted to talk about it and give some sources on where to look. You know, like Men's Journal has an article, Men's Health has an article. I was looking up today and stuff, but so from what I know, I wanted to kind of give it, you know, my breakdown of it. Like I said, I'm not a bodybuilder and I'm not a scientist, so I don't know, I couldn't tell you exactly how it works or why it works, but it's helped me put size on my arms, on my chest, and things like that. My legs, I've noticed my quads are getting a little bit bigger, and that's a big deal for me. So if you're somebody that is interested, I would give them people to look up, you know, like look up the Men's Health and stuff like that. I know I used to read them magazines as a kid, and I really enjoyed them. The Daily Pump also has great videos on, like, Kitchen Talk, which is about, you know, you ask him a question, he'll break down the questions that are asked, and then he has, like, instructional videos and demos and stuff like that. And it's only $6 a month for the website. It's a really good look, you know, if you're somebody that is interested. Before I end the video, I wanted to tell you guys I appreciate the views and subscribes and whatnot. It really means a lot. Like I said before, any kind of information I can give, I want to help people. I think it's cool that I'm capable to do this, and I want to keep it going, and hopefully you guys enjoy the video. And as I get better and things get, you know, going good, I want to continue. I think it's fun to share what I love, you know, because some people they can't do that, you know. I wanted to talk about some great products that I use too to help with your time under tension. You know, Hydraulic is the pump pre-workout that I use, and I also mix it with Ignition Switch, which is a stem pre-workout. And 2 scoops is 325 on the caffeine, and it's got 1,600 milligrams of beta-alanine, a bunch of other great stuff in it. I mixed the two. This one's scorpion venom, and this one's unicorn blood, and it makes for a pretty good flavor and a pretty good combo. I normally do 2 scoops of the Ignition Switch, and then a scoop of the Hydraulic, maybe 2 scoops, just depending on how I'm feeling that day. Besides Sunday, if it's, you know, a little later in the day, I might only do 1 scoop of Ignition Switch and 2 scoops of Hydraulic. You know, kind of keep everything working good, get that pump going. That's what we're all here for, right? I got Farm Fed Protein, which is s'mores flavor, and this stuff is awesome. To me, it kind of reminds me of like hot chocolate, but it also has like graham crackers in it and stuff like that. It's good on the belly. It don't make you, you know, shit your pants like some protein will do to you. Yeah. They don't give you the nasty farts either. Your girlfriends will appreciate it. Or guys, whatever, you know, floats your boat. And then I got the Grind, which is EAAs, which is essential amino acids plus hydration. And this is really just a great flavor if you're not a big water person, but you're trying to get more water intake. It's a good way to do it. Kind of flavor it up. To me, it's kind of like like a mix between like orange juice or maybe mangoes or something. It's pretty good though, and it does the job. For the hard-working mofos out there, you know, motherfuckers. Like I said before, I appreciate you guys' subscribes and views, and like I said, I hope we can build together, and as I get better, you guys get better, and that's what we're here for. I wanted this to be a positive channel and be a bunch of hard-working motherfuckers, you know, in the gym and in life. And these products are also made by Axe Sledge, which is Seth Feroshi's brand that he came out with, and they're phenomenal. And there's other great products out there. There's probably millions out there. This one's my favorite, not just because the products are good, but also because of his demeanor and, you know, how he sets the tone. You know, it really makes you want to be a hardworking motherfucker, and that's what we're all here for, whether it's your job or whether it's, you know, being a good husband or boyfriend or dad or grandpa, whatever. You get the point. But also in the gym, you know, to be a hardworking motherfucker in the gym, and that's important in life and for your goals in life and goals in the gym. And that's what I love this company so much about. So if you guys are interested, look up Axe Sledge. I do got a discount code, ZachB10, 10% off your anything you want, gear, freaking products, amazing products. Give it a look-see.